Thanks to Smartmatic's lawsuit against Fox News, we have obtained a new batch of private messages from hosts like Jeanine Pirro and Jesse Waters. So strap in for a fully unfiltered look inside what was happening over at the Fox News channel during Donald Trump's 2020 presidential campaign to stop the steal. So this is after the election. He realizes he lost. He doesn't want to accept that he lost. So he starts spreading all these lies about election fraud that was never proven ever with any evidence. So a few small bits of context first. So in case you're not familiar, Smartmatic is a voting technology company. In 2021, they filed a defamation lawsuit against Fox News for almost $3 billion. Smartmatic is accusing Fox of falsely claiming that Smartmatic was involved in rigging the 2020 presidential election, even though Fox knew, I mean this, even though Fox News knew it was not true. So Fox News is stating that their hosts were simply covering, not endorsing claims of election fraud. So the messages that you're about to hear me read are unredacted by the court. That's what makes this new. So let's start with Jeanine Pirro, who is now just wonderfully the US attorney for Washington, D.C. Pirro referred to Fox News host Sean Hannity as an egomaniac. True, okay. It turns out that Jeanine Pirro is capable of telling the truth. Recalling an Oval Office meeting with Trump, Pirro wrote in an October 27, 2020 text message to a friend that Hannity stormed in like he owns the place, throws his papers on the press desk and says, "You don't mind if I use your private bathroom," and walks into the bathroom within an Oval and uses it. Looks at me and says, "I gotta talk to him. It's all about him, period. No one else matters." So what do you think? I mean, that wouldn't ruffle my feathers. There has to be like more background, like interaction with the two that makes her just like cringe at him like this.
Yeah, for sure. So look, there's unimportant stuff here and important stuff. The important stuff is about how they know that they're lying to their audience and they actively do. We're gonna get to that in a minute, right? So this is the hot goss stuff that's fun. Like, oh,
I'm just easing you guys into it.
Yeah, and Hannity's an egomaniac. Oh, color me surprised, right? But to your point about like, there's got to be more between Pirro and Hannity.
Yeah.
At these places, the egos are like immeasurable. They're so large. There's all of this pecking order and etiquette and what can you say and not say.
Office politics.
Yeah, and like at MSNBC when I was there, did that exist? For sure. You couldn't look Keith Olbermann in the eye. Like it was crazy. Like so it's way beyond any normal human interaction you've had. So the fact that they all catch feelings about each other is unsurprising because their egos are so gigantic. It's like those guys in the fake sumo outfits just bumping into each other nonstop, right? Because of their egos. So that's why they all secretly, almost all of them secretly hate each other.
That sounds terrible. So look, Pirro also bragged about how she's like the #1 unofficial spokesperson for Donald Trump. You must be proud. She said, quote, "I work so hard for the party across the country. I'm the #1 watch show on all news cable all weekend. I work so hard for the president and party." Fox News channel, okay. All right, so Smartmatic is claiming that Pirro wanted to stay in Donald Trump's good graces because she was hoping to get a pardon for her ex-husband, Albert Pirro, who was actually convicted of tax evasion and conspiracy. And sure enough, Albert Pirro was the last person that Donald Trump pardoned in his first term. Unsurprising. Now, meanwhile, at least one member of Pirro's own team was concerned about her statements on air. Pirro's producer, Jerry Andrews, warned her directly to stay away from claims of election fraud. Quote, "You should be very careful with this stuff and protect yourself given the ongoing calls for evidence that has not materialized," he said. Now, he wasn't the only person at Fox News who was worried about the network's content. Brett Baer, to his credit, had some strong thoughts about Maria Bartiromo's election coverage. She's still employed, by the way, it's amazing.
Unbelievable.
He texted a Fox News executive, quote, "None of that is true as far as we can tell. We need to fact check this crap." As for Bartiromo, she texted Rudy Giuliani the following on November 12th, 2020. I want you to overturn this. And she's a
news anchor.
She's referring to the election. She's referring to the election. She hit up hair dye dripping on the side of his face, Rudy Giuliani, and demanded that he overturn the results of the 2020 presidential election. She's unhinged.
Yeah.
And a liability to Fox, but she's still employed.
And she cost them nearly $800 million, along with other clowns and Janine Pirro, et cetera. Okay, imagine, shoe on the other foot, Joy Reid is behind the scenes. We get text messages of her saying, I'm Joe Biden's #1 fan. I've been pushing him on air no matter what, right? Now look, we know that she kind of is, and she has, right? But the right wing would be like, aha, okay, but that's no big deal, right? But then imagine she then goes to Biden and goes, oh, my husband's a crook, my ex-husband, make sure you give him a pardon. And Biden then goes, yeah, of course, let's give Joy Reid's husband a pardon because she's helping me do propaganda on MSNBC. You'd be outraged, right, if you're on the right, and you should be. And that's exactly what happened. I mean, Trump has been giving pardons to these crooks left and right.
Yeah.
All you gotta do is say, oh, Donnie, I think you won the 2020 election. No, you're not a loser, Donald. You're such a winner. And he's like, pardon, 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 pardon.
Yeah, I mean, he loves flattery, he loves compliments, and it is unfortunately a way that I think he gets manipulated into doing things that he shouldn't do.
Like he did with Putin the other day. You saw that?
Yeah, when Putin was like, oh, I think that maybe there was election fraud and that you won the 2020 election, even though you don't have a shred of evidence. Maybe you should get rid of the voting machines and mail-in ballots.
Yeah, maybe you should get rid of all your voting machines. Donald's like, that's a good idea. He said I won.
Yeah.
But more than that, he had a hot mic moment where he's like, oh, I think Putin's gonna do this for me because he likes me. Oh, dude, that's embarrassing, man. Jesus Christ. Anyway,
yeah.
All right, let's go back to Hannity.
Actually, let's go back to Bartiromo, because not only did she appeal to Rudy Giuliani to overturn the results of the 2020 election, she also sent the following message to Sidney Powell, one of Trump's campaign lawyers who was a complete and utter disaster. This was a message sent on Signal. I'm very worried, please overturn this, again, meaning the results of the election. Bring the evidence, I know you can. She did not, in fact, bring the evidence. And then finally, we'll end with Jesse Waters, who texted Greg Gutfeld the following. Think about how incredible our ratings would be if Fox went all in on Stop the Steal. Well, your ratings might do well, but Fox News ended up having to settle that, I think, Dominion lawsuit for a lot of money. I don't remember exactly how much, but it was like a record amount. Yeah. So enjoy your high ratings, I guess.
So a new article came out just as we were going to air on Hannity's participation in all this and the Fox executives. And I'll summarize it for you guys this way. So Fox News side, apparently that actually exists, fact-checked a guest on Hannity's program who's totally lying about how Trump had won the election, right? Hannity gets enraged and he's like, the news side better not touch any of my guests, okay? Do you see what our audience is doing? Our audience is mad at us for not saying Trump won. We had to say that Trump won, okay? And so don't you dare fact check me. And the executives, oh, they're so scared of Hannity. Wow. They're like, sorry, sir, I will make sure that no one ever does facts on your program again, sir, okay? Please, please lie away, sir. Now, of course, that's a little bit of hyperbole, but not much, because they are actually apologizing for the fact check over and over again and promising it'll never happen again, that no one on Hannity's show will ever be fact checked. I mean, and they're claiming to be a Fox News. I mean, come on. So they all knew they were lying. They all, and you see it in the Waters comments, Gutfeld, Hannity, all of them. Like, our audience is flipping out. We have to get our audience back, and we have to tell them that Trump won.
I mean, look, I think this is a prime example of audience capture. And
massive,
right?
Yes, the biggest example of audience capture maybe in mainstream media history.
And look, I'll admit, one of the hardest things is saying something on air knowing your audience is gonna hate it and you're gonna deal with backlash. It's the worst feeling ever, but you have to do it. You can't lie.
Yeah.
Especially on something as serious as the results of a presidential election.
Yeah. I mean, look, and our side, unfortunately, some folks got crazy-eyed.
Everyone falls victim to this. So
after the election, some people did wild-eyed videos about how Kamala Harris actually won and had secret 5 million votes, and then most of the left-wing hosts pretended there was no crime in the big cities, as Oakland and New York, San Francisco, Portland, Seattle are all throwing out their progressive mayors and attorney generals because they were outraged at how much crime there was. And our side was saying, no, our audience doesn't want to hear it. We're gonna tell them things that aren't true. There was no crime. It was a right-wing narrative. They made it up, right?
Attack Anna instead.
Right.
Yeah.
And so all I'm saying is, guys, it's a human reaction. I get it, that when your audience wants something, you want to give it to them. We love our audience, so we want to give them. But what we want to give our audience and what they appreciate is the truth.
Exactly, yeah.
So I know that's harder, but that's what you gotta do, especially if you're these old school mainstream media guys who still have all those pretenses and they're pretending to be buttoned up and have a newsroom and all that stuff. And I'll always give credit where credit is due. At least Brett Baer is on the news side and he was like, guys, we gotta stop lying.
Definitely.
This is a problem, right?
Yeah.
But most of the people in the building in Fox News don't give a damn about the truth. They just care about money, and the way they get money is you lie to the right wing and tell them that their daddy is amazing and would never lose. Every time you ring the bell below, an angel gets his wings. Totally not true, but it does keep you updated on our live shows.